Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel again. I'm B-Boy. Remember, if it's for the first time you're coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Okay guys, in today's clip we want to talk about the current situation in Jamaica, whereby US has sent some serious warning to Jamaican government, to Jamaican politicians, whereby they feel like the country is so corrupt, the government is so corrupt, and the people of Jamaica are the one who are suffering. The people of Jamaica who elected these leaders are the one who are suffering, because these leaders are the one who are just benefiting for themselves. They're just benefiting for their family and forgetting the local people who voted for them. Kindly have a look at this clip and then we'll come back for more discussion.
Interest. Have you ever experienced classism or racism in Jamaica?
Yes, definitely, You
experienced that in Jamaica?
Yeah, man, a lot.
Even though you're so famous and...
Yeah, because people look at things as you're coming up and you're building yourself. And a lot of people don't want to see that, And that, it's just life.
That's the people in Jamaica.
I've learned to just understand that not everybody's going to appreciate what they have done. You understand? Some people, especially when I started out, it was more shocking than anything. That's why I said you have to learn from experience.
Yes.
And when I started out, that's how I ended up buying my house. Because I was living in a complex.
Yes.
And I had issues with a few of the lighter
skin people.
You understand?
Why? Because you're bringing your dancehall friend, them and make up nice at the area.
No, I used to live near a lawyer. And I remember when I moved in, he said to me, listen, be careful now. I said, what do you mean? He said, they don't like to see young people strive, because when I came in here, I was just 23.
Yeah.
And then they weren't happy to see me in this complex. And I couldn't believe it. And when it started happening to me a couple of times, I said, no, I have to buy a house and move out so I can have my own place.
You see what?
So I had to rush and get my house. Yeah, man.
Some of the lighter skin people,
they're not too happy to see it, because a lot of them, because them go school and work years and years to reach.
Sure, and you just come
and me just come up. Because I suppose me get everything and me I live here, so me I do this. Them not happy.
So bad mind is a part of it. You experience bad mind in Jamaica.
Strong, man. Strong.
Strong bad mind.
Strong.
From people at upper class too.
From people at upper class. Most of the people in the upper class, because
most of the people in upper class.
They get a youth, them and everybody else love me and them want to see me and them.
Yes.
Them just happy to see me, you understand?
Jamaican people need to understand that them can't out of many one people them way out of every serious possible discussion we can have as a collective. Like, I can't be having a serious conversation regarding the actual reality of colorism. And you're telling me that colorism don't exist in Jamaica. Why? Because they're black people that are rich. Bestie, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You wouldn't say that about any other country. Why do you think Jamaica is the exception? And the reason why some of you don't want to have this conversation is because the day we actually admit that certain behaviors are in fact colorist is the day that some of you will have to confront the fact that some of you are in fact colorists. And it didn't matter the fact that you were black. It didn't matter if you hung around black people or had sex with people that had certain features, etc., etc. They're gonna have to confront that self-image or perception of other people and the aesthetics that you associate them with. But a lot of you aren't ready for that change. So you'd rather out of many one people your way out of the conversation.
And that's why they might get an opportunity. No, like,
people see you before them see a dark-skinned person.
I'm not sure if colorism really is a thing. But they probably get more attention and people will say browning, whatever.
You have different levels of colorism.
It is a despicable act. I have experienced it firsthand. Why am I not so more? The benefit them nice. However,
lot of experiences where I felt like marginalized or discriminated against because I'm darker.
Colorism is an issue and we can't just slap out of many one people to shut people up.
Even though it's supposed to be out of many one people here, I feel like if you're darker skin, you have or get less organic opportunities.
well, that's a no for me. Everybody to get the same treatment. You understand me? But big up the dark skin boy them have my heart. Mwah.
It exists. I've seen it in real life.
Colorism in Jamaica.
Alright, well, colorism, I think it's a thing. You know, brown people always get privileges them.
So it's just so crazy become a brown. And if we know about colorism, probably some other person watching this are gonna be like, look how she a chat and she brown and what she a gonna chat say. But I do believe that it is real and it exists.
Very, very real. What else we to say? It's so evident. Even if you know, like, you have different levels of colorism. You have the extremely light-skinned people, they have the one in the middle, they have the dark people. And yeah, they're treated differently in terms of even the slightest thing like parking, for example. If me go to one venue and park, best believe the security guy asks me. But if one light-skinned person driving out the parking lot, then probably thinks that them supposed to be there anyway and just let them through until they say, no, it's empty and they have to go pay $500 on the roadside.
Move this now. Let's move this.
Anyway, but simple things like that you can see. And I'm not blame them, it's a sociological issue, so you have to do what you have to do. In job interviews, different, even like audition processes, especially people in the creative spaces, they look for people. You know, the year interview already.
Them kind of stop it now.
You know, the year.
Oh, yeah, talk. Oh, sorry.
You know, if you look at like different audition processes, the layout, the type of skin color that they want, even, you know, they probably prefer the skin color to do probably like services in hospitality and all of that. It real. Mm-hmm. Colorism, Mr. Colorism, Mr. Colorism, inna the joint, inna the, Mr. Fix it. Mr. Equality for every skin color. Nobody come on, be like a backer master. Mr.
It is a despicable act because I have experienced it firsthand before. I think it is deeply rooted and it's not going anywhere, to be honest. But I like where it's going, where more women of color are doing more to embrace that, to embrace their skin and resisting skin bleaching and that kind of thing.
Why do you think it make you look better though?
Because you have a brighter, not as if I don't like black, but you know, entire skin little lighter, it just look little beautiful more like you.
What you find it do to you now?
Boy, I use it till it can't do nothing for me now. Right now, a doctor, me affair go. You know how much money it costs more there? If I buy, I forgot one jinxing, something the doctor prescribe.
Why you go doctor? What happened?
My face was black. You know, say black man, I'm not that black. See there? See the cameraman, he's a brown girl. And the bleaching to my face. This is the difference from my face and my body. I do it so.
What the doctor said?
The doctor said I must stop bleach because I'm pregnant leaving.
So more education in that regard is going on, and I think they should really push that more. But it is deeply rooted, especially in our history in Jamaica. So it's not gonna work, but oh well. Just find people and be around people who accept you for you, love you for you, notwithstanding race, color, creed, sexuality, whatever. So just love who love you and to hell with them.
Ever since I was a child, I've been affected by colorism, where my own black people would, discriminate me by the color of my skin. So I decided that, okay, there's something that in Jamaica, if you bleach, you can bleach your skin and change your skin color. Either them praise you and say you look better now, or your thing turn up, and then some people will still bash you when they're the same one that want me to fit into the Eurocentric beauty standards. Why do you keep degrading dark-skinned women?
Sadly, it's still a thing. We would hope for it to change, but it's actually still a thing. It's still influencing how persons would treat themselves. We have a lot of persons still buying bleaching cream and stuff. Not judging anyone, so if that's what you want to do or that's how you feel comfortable about yourself, fine. But I'm just saying that, people are still indulging. And
some want look like a brightish. Some people bleach because them ugly. I want to get good looking. Some good looking and just greedy. I want more color. Like you brown and I have somewhere brown like you, I still want to get brown. I don't know why, but to me, born black, I want to get brown because I like the color.
And people really treat about how you look. Well, no, the flip side to it is that for the persons who would have been toning, so to say, because we have certain negative connotations that are now assigned to you looking a certain type of way, chopper lifestyle, the flip side to it is that it doesn't really work for everyone, but it is still a thing.
I haven't changed any of my thoughts. My thoughts remain the same. I'm not sure if colorism really is a thing, but they probably get more attention and people will say browning, whatever. Like, what other benefit is there really? Nothing. I think there's such a thing as pretty privilege.
Pretty privilege.
Definitely a thing.
Pretty privilege got hand in hand with brown privilege. If girls can get by on them looks.
I don't agree with.
What a controversy. Why you choose for ask this?
Pretty privilege. I get that all the time.
Why you smile for?
Pretty privilege.
Alright.
It is not hype, it is confidence.
It's called lazy.
You know, I don't really, I don't like how you're saying, but let's talk about it.
Well, see, I want me flesh out about colorism because I don't want people to say, you brown, you don't know this and that and blah blah.
You experience it, you can experience it negatively and you can experience it positively. Because even though dark-skinned people say, oh, people get privileged because of them color, them give off animosity to
exactly, but I don't know if I touch on that.
Whatever it is, but people do react to color in a negative or positive way. It's two ends of the stick.
Yeah, I've been through a lot with this whole color bullshit.
Yeah.
A lot.
But one thing I know, my friend, not prejudice. Because you appreciate beauty in all shape, form, and you're more of an internal beauty person to begin with. So
thank you. You know, growing up, sometimes I don't know nothing. Like, I'm literally just there existing in a space. Probably walk into a room. And you know, really greet every single person in there. You just walk in a room, you sit down. The next person walking in the room, nobody not say nothing, but oh, yes, she thinks she's better than people because she's brown or some rubbish, you know? Like, it's very annoying. Like, it's really annoying. I wish we could live in a world where people just never see color, you know? It would be a better place because leaving from prep school to high school for me was like a huge culture shock. I think I spoke about this before. You know, everybody used to point out, oh, your mother black and your father brown. Like, we never even realized that that was a thing until I got to high school. Like, mommy was just mommy, daddy was just daddy. You know, so I think a lot of the notions we have with regards to, you know, skin color, it's a learned thing. It's not innate. You don't just get up and have all of these. So, you know, we need to just teach everybody that we're all one. You don't need to segregate and, you know, said this person, brown people stay store, black people stay store. It's annoying. It's annoying. Slavery gone a long time. Long time.
Even though it's supposed to be out of many one people here, I feel like if you're a darker skin, you have or get less organic opportunities.
if you're not bleaching, you're not saying nothing, because bleaching turn up the thing. So when you bleach, it makes you look more nicer, look more sexier, and look more cuter than you was. So you've seen this happen, and in what case have you seen this?
Well, if you look on even just how persons choose to depict different products or showcase items in like commercials and so on and so forth, if you really look at it, it's mostly browner faces that you'll see in most of these commercials. And if you're marketing to a populace that's supposed to be out of many one people, it shouldn't be the case where the majority is lighter skinned people. It should be an even mix, and also with different ethnicities and races as well.
You know, I think my views have remained the same. I do want to clarify something, because I think a lot of persons don't understand when I say brown people and uptown people. I'm not saying that you guys don't face adversities, because obviously you do. You have brown people down in the ghetto. You have people who face adversities everywhere, every, you know, side of the fence. But again, once you have certain money, you're kind of associated with certain people and certain spaces, you obviously are going to have more opportunities than little old me, little old John Brown, and Tom whoever. You understand? So like, I think persons felt more attacked by the question, which I didn't like. topic that came up the other day is what happened in the Miss Universe contest.
In third place, second runner-up, Deborah Gordon. Your name Miss Universe Jamaica 2023 is
persons in the comments started talking about colorism and stuff like that, and persons were defending it. But that is a nice example, because the representation that we have been sending abroad out of all of the Miss Universe queens, majority of these ladies are light-skinned ladies. A lot of these women that are representing our country don't look like us. And then like the regular, I don't want to make it seem like say, you know, it's just one type of person, because again, out of many one people, but on a can't say out of many one people when we are talking about colorism. Yeah, Jamaica look like this, yeah, Jamaica look like that. We know you go saying, see, you have the German, them you have the German looking people, you have all kind of persons that are Jamaicans. But again, colorism is an issue, and we can't just slap out of many one people for shut people up. So yeah, like someone said this to me. So them say they didn't know that Jamaicans look like.
Hi guys, welcome back once again. I hope you have watched the full clip, and I will not only talk about the Jamaican or Caribbean country, I will generally talk about all the countries in all the world, especially in African countries, in Caribbean country, across all the world, whereby we have seen several cases, and corruption is not a new thing to our local people, or corrupt government is not a new thing, or it's not a new word we can hear for the first time. We have all seen this government, these leaders, we elect them, but at the end, they turn all the things to benefit for themselves. They turn everything, whereby the local people are the one who are suffering. We have seen so many government tenders given to do in such society or to improve the society, but we have seen a lot of leaders bribing and just taking this money to put them into their pocket, whereby we have all seen a lot of leaders investing in their own business, forgetting the local people who are the one we are just suffering. We have seen how a lot of African countries are poor. We have seen how Caribbean countries are suffering, especially in Africa. Hey! Maneno imekwama. Holy shit. Yeah guys, we have seen how African countries are suffering because of the greedy leaders. We have seen how there is a lot of poor infrastructure in a lot of African countries, poor education, poor schooling, and it's because of these greedy leaders who we usually elect, whereby if they want this position, they come and bribe us, they should talk to us. We forget we elect them, but at the end when they win this seat, they gradually just change and just try to improve their life, try just to care for their family. We have seen so many African leaders who are sick, but they go to be treated outside. Why can't they go to be treated in their own countries? Because they feel like the medication in their own country is not good. We have seen the children of our African leaders and other leaders being taken to study at abroad. Why do they do this? Because they feel like the system of education in their own country is not good. And this is the reason why we are not developing. Why can't they just try to improve our education system? Why can't they just try to improve our hospital system? How can they just improve? We have seen a lot of leaders, they try to build road because they all know all people use the road. Even themselves, they use those roads. So they try to build things that they know they only benefit from them, but things like school, things like hospital, they can't build them. And this is the reason why it's affecting the local people. Look at the country of Caribbean. A lot of people are really crying out for help. They are saying how the country, other governments, they are so corrupt. Other leaders are so corrupt, whereby there is a lot of high crime rate in the country because of there is no employment. The rate of unemployment is high because the percentage of people who are being employed is so low compared to the rate of the people who are being employed. And this is the reason why there is a lot of high corrupt, or there's a lot of high crime rate in this Caribbean countries, in these African countries, because the youth are idle. Yes, they have studies, they will study, but there is no job, and without any connection you cannot gain any job. We have seen how in African they say if you have no connection or you doesn't have any relative in the government, there's no way you can get a job or even get some bursary to be educated so well. We have all seen other parents struggling to take their children to study abroad so at least they can look greener pastures in countries like US, Canada, and those Western countries. But at the end, with no connection, you can't do anything. So this is a message to us, to African leaders and Caribbean leaders. Whenever you are chosen by your local people, kindly just consider their rights, consider what they really want. Look at the country like Burkina Faso. Look at what Ibrahim Traoré is doing. Ibrahim Traoré is doing everything to improve its country, to improve its infrastructure, to improve the education system, to improve the hospital, because he really removed all the colonialists in his country. And we have seen Burkina Faso, it has improving. It was once the poorest country in Africa, but it will change this narrative to be among the richest country in Africa, because President Ibrahim Traoré has made his people to really believe in him, because he doesn't allow any corruption in his country. He really do things with its right decision, and he has really convinced a lot of his people. That's why really a lot of people really believe in him, and this is why the reason why Burkina Faso is being a successful country. So I will really urge our African leaders, our Caribbean leaders, to follow the footsteps of Ibrahim Traoré. We don't want our countries to be like this country that's half-fight. Look at a country like Haiti. Haiti, they are suffering because of bad government, because of corruption system in the country, because of the bad government system, the bad system in the country. That's why these people are really fighting just to at least to come back for their normal, and we are really praying for them. At least they should be stable, because this country has really fight a lot, and a lot of children are dying, a lot of normal people, a lot of innocent people are dying. There's no good school in Haiti, no good education system in Haiti, because of why? Bad government system. And this is why these people are really fighting, so that at least they can have good governmental system, so that at least they can live like other countries. So my message to all our African leaders, our Caribbean leaders, let us do what is right. Let us not be so corrupt. Let us listen to what our local people really want. Let us not make our local people to suffer really a lot. Let us not increase high taxes of our product, because these people are really suffering. Let us create and do some organizations that will improve or create more job opportunities, so that our people cannot suffer. Let's decrease this unemployment rate. Let us create some employment. Let us create some organization. Let us create some good infrastructure, so that at least these people can be employed. Let us change this narrative whereby African is the poorest country. We all know people, they really believe that African is the poorest country, but us on own, we believe that African is the richest country, but we don't know how to use our resources because of our greedy leaders, because of our corrupt leaders. How can we have all these mineral resources? Look at a country like Nigeria. It's the leading in oil production, but you can see how its system is so corrupt. You can see how they are really struggling. And I really believe a country like Nigeria, it will be at that top where it's the richest, but due to bad system, they are still struggling. Look at this country that have mineral resources. Yes, we have mineral resources, but we can't create or make those refineries companies. Rather than we just import or export this mineral without being unprocessed. And this is the reason why we go and buy these things at a high price. This is the reason why we are so poor, but we really believe we are so rich, because of a lot of minerals we have, a lot of resources that we have, but it's just because we really don't know how to use them. So I really encourage our leaders, let us just understand what our people want. Let us stop being corrupt, and our country will be so good. So if it was for the first time coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for your time.